Good morning, everyone. It's me, Nya, your gamer girlfriend. We're back here with the boring beige blob of the wandering mushroom, getting close to being able to make the interesting part soon. We've got a couple of audio issues. Still trying to figure that out. 1 second. Okay, I think we fixed it. I redid my nails from the last time too. I'm enjoying this bright green. I got the matte top coat to look good for once, so that's fun. And they glow in the dark, very green, which is cool because most glow in the dark nail polishes don't actually glow the color that they are. Okay, I think we're gonna go a couple more rows. Let me pull up my reference image to refresh my brain. Remember what I'm aiming for with these shapes. Okay, so it needs to be significantly taller. So we've got the bulbous end pretty good. Okay, let's dive in. Hello, Zane2G. Welcome. I'm doing pretty well. How are you? We're getting really close to the interesting part of this project. After this row, I'm going to start doing some fun things so I can start the bottom of the head of the mushroom. This is the body of it. And I have a new technique I want to try that I learned from Stitched in Starlight to make a hard 90-degree corner, which crochet usually doesn't like to do. That's good to hear, Zane. I'm glad you're doing well. I think I want to do one more row before doing the fun things. It's hard to be certain of the proportions before I stuff it, but I think I need it to be one more row taller before I start doing the fun shaping. I've started seeing a couple different versions of this. Yeah, I'm making, if you've seen Dungeon Meshi, it's this little guy. I've seen a couple patterns for him pop up. Most of them make the body too short, so I'm gonna try and avoid that pitfall. the cap of the mushroom kind of hides how tall the body is. Thanks. I'm hoping to grab the anime people and the cottagecore people with this pattern. Okay, so one more plain row, and then the fun stuff. I've made the math kind of fun, so we'll see how that turns out. Put the yarn there, that's no good. Try that stitch again. Thanks! This is Henrietta, my frogging frog. She helps when I have to rip it, for frogging, which is when you undo your work. I actually made Henrietta, and she's got a wire skeleton so I can pose her. I need to make more outfits for her eventually, because she's kind of a staple of my stream. So far she only has the stripy sweater. All right, we're gonna start setting up for the corner. So I'm only working in 1/2 of each stitch this round. Getting close to the end of this row. Oh gosh. Let's see. So I've been working on this for 7 hours so far. And I'm probably halfway through. Maybe a little bit less than halfway through. So, my estimate is 16 to 20 hours for the whole project. But after working the last row and just the back half of the stitches, I now have this ridge here. So I'm going to use that and both loops of the stitches above them. And I'm going to use that to make a corner so that I can do the body and then the underside of the top of the mushroom in one piece. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and move my row marker. Oh yeah. A lot of people don't realize how long things take to crochet. It's one of the reasons I don't sell finished products, because you basically can't get paid even minimum wage for the time it takes to make a plushie. Like, people aren't willing to shell out that much money. Three, four. This is tricky. It's working. I'm starting to get that nice crease here. That is a really fun technique. I've never actually tried this before. It's a little hard on my hands because it takes a lot of tension to go through all of those loops. But it's super worth it. And now I get to increase, which basically just means make 2 stitches in the same spot. And then that will help keep this circular as I make the bottom of the mushroom hat. Okay, I think that's 13. I'm gonna double check for my last increase. Nice. This marks the halfway point for the row. I want to do that stitch again. Try that one more time. Much cleaner. Oh, whoops. I stopped going into all the loops. Oh no, I did the math wrong. Oh, I needed to do 12 stitches between increases, not 13. Henrietta, you're up. It's time to frog. At least we have proof of concept. Okay. Yep. I have to redo this bit. Such is life. Especially since I'm making the pattern up as I go. I'm not following someone else's. That means mistakes are gonna happen. At least I loosened up these stitches when I was going through them the first time, so it's easier to work in them now. Gosh, probably 20 years at this point, because I learned how to crochet in elementary school. So yeah, just about 20 years. And I've been knitting for just about as long as well. Although I had to relearn how to knit like 3 times, because the first time I didn't practice after I learned, so I forgot. And then I learned it from a book, and I learned it wrong. So I relearned how to do it right, so I wasn't twisting my stitches all the time. And then I learned again so that I could learn continental style, which is much faster. I only had to learn crochet once. Although I did have to switch which way I wrap my yarn. So the way I wrap it, like from the back to the front, that's the normal way for crochet. If you go the other way around, it makes tighter stitch, and a lot of people like that for stuffed animals. But it's hard for me to switch between them. So I use just normal crochet instead of amigurumi stitch, as the other one is called. Especially because I do Tunisian crochet as well, which is kind of in between knitting and crochet. And the way you wrap your yarn for that matters a whole lot. Like, it won't look anything like it's supposed to if you wrap the yarn the wrong way. And it was learning that I found out that I wrap my stitches weird. I also, I hold my crochet hook and yarn like a knitter. A lot of crocheters actually hold their hooks like this, which I find really unstable and hard to control the tension. So I could get much better results if I overhand like a Neanderthal. And we're gonna block that bot. Because we only want organic viewers. Homegrown, not bought. I also started out crocheting with plushies, so like it has always been the focus of my crocheting is making little stuffed animals. Which unfortunately makes a lot of clutter, but they make pretty good gifts. And it's surprising how many adults my age are actually okay with getting dumb plushies as birthday and Christmas presents. Especially if they're of nerdy things. Which is my niche. Thanks. I'm glad that people are embracing that it is not childish or undignified to love plushies and that we're allowed to like what we like and stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I also really like working with velvet yarn. It makes really soft, cute plushies. Like, I made this little coin purse of Fat Cat from Final Fantasy, and the plush texture makes it really fun. Please ignore how dirty he is. He went to Ren Fair 2 weeks ago. Thanks. Yeah, eventually I will be publishing the pattern for all of the little Final Fantasy coin purses that I made. I made 4 of them for my crew because we went to a convention together. Let me pull them up. Yeah. So I have Serpent of Ronka, Namazu, Fat Chocobo, and Fat Cat. And those were all really fast to make. They only took me like 4 hours each. Okay, double checking the stitch count. On the home stretch of this row now. I'm so excited about this technique. I am really happy that it actually worked. It's gonna make this mushroom so much cooler than the other ones that I've seen. Yeah, lining up, the math worked. Yeah. I have a lot more control and it's a lot more ergonomic, and I can pull with these fingers instead of doing like this. So it's less hard on my wrist too. And I also have the ergonomic crochet hook, which helps. Last stitch. Was a little hard to see. Got him though. Okay. So that was that row. That was the complicated part. Next I'm gonna do another increase row. And then on the next row, I'm going to start doing some front post double crochets so I can start making the frills on the underside of the mushroom. So it has those like lines. So just vanilla circle time now. But this first stitch is really tight because I was going to use new technique. Got him. I'm also working faster now because I'm excited to see where this is going. I think I might need to work through this next part on paper before I commit. There's a lot of arithmetic happening with what I want to do, which is not my strong suit. So I'll change the color when I start making the top of the hat and like the bottom of the feet. So this is all going to be one piece in the same color, so that I'm going to start the top of the mushroom from the center of the top and then work out and then back around underneath. So not for a while. Probably not on this stream, unfortunately. I do have the other colors here. I can show you them. Let's see. Yeah. So this is for the cap, and then this is for the spots that go on the cap. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna start drawing myself a little diagram because this next part is gonna be tricky. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so these are representation of the stitches that I have on this row. Did I do that right? 1, 2, 3. I did not. Should probably do this in pencil anyway. Meh. Okay. Um, 13, 14. Okay. And these are actually together, they're actually an increase. And then I have another increase over here, another increase over here on that side. Okay. And then on this new row, I'm going to work down underneath to these stitches and make ridges. So this one also needs to be an increase. And I think I want to loop down. So there's 14. That's not right. These parts are not right. I think I have an idea. So this is not a V. This is just straight. This is why I like pens with two colors. So I want all of these to be looped. I want to leave that one, loop these. That's pretty good. Yeah. Okay, let's try it. Okay. So that was the first stitch of that row. I'm going around the second stitch of that first horizontal row, and I'm double crocheting around it. And then I skip the stitch, go here. Okay, I see. And that's how the increase works on this row. Okay. Now I'm going to write down what I just did. Got it. This first row of texture is going to be the hardest. Once the pattern is established, it'll be much easier to just maintain. I'm glad I did the diagram first. Okay, so there should be 14. Yep, okay. As you can see, we're making some ridges on the bottom of the mushroom cap. This will be the gills. That's what all this math is about, is this fun texture. Okay, now that I know what I'm doing a little bit better, I'm gonna write this row explanation out in a way that makes a bit more sense. Yeah, unworked is probably the best word for that. Okay. I'm taking notes so I can replicate this pattern later and also make a digital version of it so that others can make this walking mushroom. This is going to be my most complicated pattern to date. Which means I get to charge more dollars for it. Yay! Did I do that right? No. Oh, I see where I did it. I skipped 2 stitches on the upper row instead of 1. The pattern for the walking mushroom will probably be $7. Maybe 9. It's a really complicated pattern. My other ones are only $3, but they're for much smaller and easier things. It is not edible. It is wool. But I have another delicious and dungeon pattern that is currently available. It is my best-selling pattern. It is Marcel's Weird Bird Familiar. So this is on my store for $3. But it's only for the PDF, it's not for the toy. There's all sorts of disclaimers because apparently that is a big thing for people who sell patterns online, is that people think that they're selling the finished object. And there's no way I could sell the finished plushie for $3 and make any money whatsoever. My cats would argue that the toys that I make are edible. I put catnip in them, in the stuffing for them, for the toys that are actually meant for them. Also, hi Dice Flame. Good to see you again. Welcome back. Our white blob is getting a bit more interesting now. Probably. I would probably use similar techniques for toad. Definitely for the construction of, well, I don't know. Because, the unique part of this mushroom... Let me pull up the reference image. So, the unique part of this mushroom, gotta wait for the GIF to reset, is that the white part is all one piece. Toad, the red part of his cap has a very cut off line at the base of the head. So I would not use nearly as many difficult techniques for Toad, because that's just like a ball on top of like oblong shape. So like this whole corner thing would not need to happen. I would just, because there's a color change at that point on Toad, I would just make that a separate piece. I wouldn't bother with this construction. I have made a yarn Yoshi from Yoshi's Woolly World. I gave it to my dad as a Father's Day present because dads like Yoshi for some reason. I don't know what it is about Yoshi, but dads really like Yoshi. Like, my dad isn't interested in any other Mario characters. But he specifically buys Yoshi games. Oh, I messed up that double crochet. Hey, almost done with this very, very complicated row. I think I messed up somewhere. Not yet, but I was about to. Okay, I'm gonna take the marker out. Okay, so now we just do a normal single crochet increase row. Gotta check my numbers to see how many stitches between. So it's 14 between. Okay. Oh wait, no, because this was the 14 between, but we just did it with double crochets as well, so it was complicated. So we are at 15. Get Henrietta back in frame. I can get rid of that. Okay. Onward. I'm missing a stitch here. Nope, I just can't count. Okay. Time for more complicated math. But it shouldn't be as hard because this isn't the first time we're doing it. We already have the visuals of the last complicated row that I can use as landmarks. For the most part, it's the same. I just have to figure out what to do with the corners once I get there. Okay, I know what I want to do. Okay. That actually lines up really nice, really smoothly. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8 times we do that. Oh, hello! Wow! This is my first raid! That's so exciting! Welcome everybody! Yeah, so this is actually from the Kiki's Delivery Service stacking figure set. So they have the Gigi Cup. This is Henrietta, my frogging frog. She helps me when I have to frog my work and rip it. Because, you know, frogging puns. Yeah, thank you, Bunny K. This is my very first raid. I'm so excited. I am a new streamer. I started about 2 months ago, so super exciting. I gotta check out Jay-Z's sketch at some point because that sounds like a fun art stream. Oh, nice. Yeah, I need to make more outfits for Henrietta. She only has the standard pattern sweater right now. The one that comes with the froggy pattern. But yeah, welcome everybody. I am currently working on the walking mushroom from Delicious in Dungeon, if y'all have seen it. I'll pull up a reference picture for those who don't. This is what we're working on. Oh, cool. I wish they had the patience for cross-stitch. I'm a firm believer that you have to find the right kind of craft that fits your kind of brand of patience, and knitting and crochet is mine. So yeah, so this is the body of the mushroom. I'm just doing the underside of the head right now, getting some texture with the gills with some double crochets. It's also making the fabric nice and stiff, so it's good structurally too. So that's fun. My shtick is illegally downloading creatures from anime and video games. Yeah, I have also made a pattern for Marcel's bird familiar. Let me pull him up. This is currently my best-selling pattern on my Etsy, so if you like to crochet, you can get this bad boy pattern for him for $3. Links are in my bio. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm also kind of a jack of all trades because I cosplay. So I do all the things, bit of a dabbler. Trying to resist the siren song of spinning because the fiber arts pipeline is real. Oh, yeah. I should. Like I said, I'm very new to all this, so like I don't even know the options that are out there. Yarn magic is pretty easy to learn. There's lots of really good resources out there. And it's much easier nowadays that there are video tutorials that you can pause and rewind rather than trying to learn from books. Ooh, yeah. I tried learning on a drop spindle when I was like an elementary schooler and I couldn't figure it out. And like the romance of a spinning wheel. Like I need to try it at some point. Aw. That's very sad to hear, Urban Stitches. I know knitting is often easier for people with limited mobility or arthritis because it's easier to make ergonomic than a crochet is. So if you haven't tried that, oh yeah, I have technically 2 blankets going. One of the blankets that I've been working on, I have been working on since 2020, and it's made out of sock yarn because I hate myself. And I didn't learn my first lesson the first time I made a blanket out of sock yarn. So it's taking actual years. Oh, nice. Oh, blackwork is so cool. I love those ones where like they shift in color. So like it's blackwork, but it's rainbow. Oh, wow. Bunny K, that's really impressive. Oh, cool. I need to follow all of y'all. Sounds like you guys got great content. Need to lurk on your pages. Because, like, I've been tempted to try and get into blackwork because, like, I don't quite have the patience for cross stitch, but I feel like blackwork might work for me. Might make the brain chemicals go for. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, the one that I'm working on is Dolce Cashmere, very slow rainbow ombre. So it looks kind of like it has stripes, but it's not. Oh, cool. Yeah, counting is very hard. I most of my mistakes in crochet and knitting are because counting is hard. Oh, cool, like the twister ones? Yeah, I love Hobby. I'm pretty sure this orange was a Hobby one. I can't remember what kind it was though. Yeah, I love pastel rainbow with black and gray. I think that's a really cool color combo. I'm kind of a slut for pastel rainbow. And then like adding in the dark makes it a bit more modern, a bit more like gothy, which I like. Oh no! Why do you have to pull it out? Oh, not rip it out. Just get it out of timeout. Yeah, working on blankets when it's warm is not fun. I really do love working on the cashmere blanket that I currently am in the winter though, because I can wear it while I work on it, so it's extra cozy. Oof, yeah. Very toasty. We're doing some front post double crochets over here too. That's what I'm doing for the gills on the underside of the mushroom. Yeah. Get these techniques up in here. Oh, nice. Yeah, I love a good reversible blanket. It bugs me when blankets aren't like nice on both sides because like you are gonna see both sides of a blanket when it's being used sometimes. Awesome. Thank you for dropping by, Jay-Z Sketch. Thank you. Yeah. I get nervous about adding like fabric to crochet or knit things because they stretch. Like crochet less than knitting, but it's still there. So you have to be kind of careful about adding linings to things. Like I was able to get away with this because it's on the inside and it's a bag. But yeah. Also, pardon the crusty. He went to Ren Fair. I should have known better than to take a white velvet thing to Ren Fair, but I did it, so I just need to wash it at some point. Oh, that's fair. Yeah. And I recently got a serger, so like that's an option for me now. Fair. I feel like you also have to like quilt it or tie it down at some points too, so it doesn't balloon. I learned that the hard way on my priestess from Goblin Slayer cosplay. I had a yellow lining that stretched differently than the outside white part. And so after wearing that for a day, the lining was hanging out like an inch outside the outside. Oh yeah, cool. Oh, I think I did them. Oh no, I just hadn't done the second part of that. That would be really cool because then you can like choose a fabric that shows through between the holes in the crochet lace. Oh, whoops. I didn't need to crochet there. Ugh. Just gonna redo that part. And it's also one of my pet peeves on blankets is if you can stick your toes through the lace. That bugs me. It's just a sensory thing for me. But they look so cool. Like, I love the look of lace blankets. Nice. Oh, and that wasn't even the right... I got too busy chatting and didn't do the crochet good. Okay, I think I figured out what I'm doing. Today is going to be a very big fiber arts day for me because in the evening I also host a crafting evening at my house where my IRL fiber arts friends hang out once a month. So that'll be really fun. I'm probably going to work on a different project during that though. I have some socks that I want to finish. Well, I'm really glad I got to the interesting part today, because I've been working on this beige blob for about a week. So I've got about 8 hours of VODs of me just working on this oblong beige shape. And today it finally got interesting because I got to this corner. So y'all dropped in at a good time. Yeah! I'm so glad that it happened today and not yesterday. Or I didn't stream yesterday, so the last stream. Yeah, the last stream would have been boring for y'all. Did I already go into that stitch? Yeah, okay. So another vanilla increase row. We're on 17 single crochets between increases. And then after the next double crochet row, I might be done with this part. Oh, nice, yeah. One of my first followers does that too. Get off my yarn. I really like Downton Abbey for crafting too, because it's relatively slow but visually appealing. So any shows like that. I also like home deck shows. Yeah. I get kind of bored with sewing sometimes because you can't like hear anything over the machine, so you can't really like it's so visual. You can't like watch something while you're working on it either. At least I'm not skilled enough to. There's 17. Oh, that's fair. Nice. Yeah, I've also been getting into audiobooks lately. Those are really good for very visual parts of crafting. I got through the whole Wheel of Time series. I finally finished it a couple months ago. Yeah, that's fair. Have to be able to check in and out. Oh no! Yeah, I think most audiobooks are longer than 90 seconds. That's fair too. I'm hoping to finish this part of the mushroom today. And then next stream I can actually start on the red part. Although that's going to be really fun and jarring with my bright green nails. I just did them yesterday too, so they're not going anywhere for a while. Oh, what are you trying to get your project done for? Are you going to a convention? Yeah, I also get the thick thigh struggle. Thick thighs save lives, but they do get rashy sometimes. Oh no! Rip your jeans. Literally. Nice. Yeah, I love it when I find a pattern that is perfect and I can just mass produce or like make variations of them. I use the one, definitely not Jedi robes, simplicity pattern as a base for a lot of my cosplays. Oh, nice. That is difficult to find, because both linen and rayon like to crease. Yeah, I'm probably also going to use that same cloak pattern for the next big convention that I'm going to, which is Dragonsteel. I'm going to try and make a mist cloak, so we'll see how that turns out. I get to make 2 mist cloaks, a ball gown, and an ensemble including a jacket and vest for my boyfriend because we're going to the ball at Dragonsteel. So I need a ball gown with a safe hand. Yeah, it's a lot, but I have until December, so, and I don't have a day job anymore, so I've got time. And I've also, like, I've made a ball gown before, actually. So, like, all the really hard stuff is done. Like, I have a functional hoop skirt, I have a petticoat, I already have the skirt that I'm going to use as the base. Oh, yeah, I mean, I actually have the money too, thankfully. I did good on saving before getting laid off from the mortgage industry, TM. Yeah. Yeah. The last ball gown I made was for King Moggle the 12th from Final Fantasy. That was a really fun cosplay. So I have a big white fluffy ball gown that I'm just gonna add a new top over, and that'll be my Dragonsteel ball gown. Once you have a hoop skirt, possibilities are endless. Oh, that's really cool. I am currently working on that with socks right now. I want to eventually have all my socks be ones that I've made, or at least handmade, because I have one pair of socks that my mom made me. Nice. Usually I go the other way around. I find it easier to make tops for myself than bottoms. Oh, congrats! Yeah. New body, new learning curve on that. Yeah, that does give context. Yeah. Yeah, there's less fitting issues that come up with tops. And like you can get away with a less fitted top or a less correct top than you can with less correct bottoms. Skirts are easy though. I have recently lost a bunch of weight, and so my skirts are the only things that have basically stayed static in my wardrobe because I can just put more elastic in them and bring the waists in. Yeah, fair. Nice. I also love skirts with pockets. They make things much easier. I really love my Maya Karn skirts that I've got online, because they can fit a whole Nintendo Switch in the pockets. Oh, cute! I love whale sharks. They're very cute and French-shaped. Oh, nice. The math is working out exactly the same as it did on the last pattern repeat of this, so I can just do the same thing. Yes, pockets are very awesome. That's one of the hardest things I learned for cosplay is that always add pockets. You'll be miserable at a convention if you don't put pockets in your cosplay. Aw. Welcome back, Dice. One, two, three, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes. Cool. Nice and linear. I'm very happy with how this is turning out. Like, I've been mulling over this particular how to do this part of the pattern since I started it, and I'm so glad that it is turning out the way I want it to. And it's not super difficult, so I can still, like, this is gonna still be a sellable pattern. It's not overly complex. Still advanced, but not like, not someone has to have devoted their life to crochet like I have in order to understand how to make the thing. I'm also really glad that this hard corner turned out nice. Is a fun technique that I got the idea from Stitched in Starlight when I was at Costume Con a couple months ago. She used it for the hat of her Barbara costume. And so what you do is, like, the row before the corner turn, you only work in the front or back loops, depending on which way you want the corner to go. And then on the next row, you go through that loop and then both loops on the current row. And that makes a nice, hard, 90-degree structured corner, which is hard to get in crochet. Yeah, yeah. Like, I don't buy patterns for things that I know I can figure out myself. I'll just illegally download them instead. Yes, yes, that's what I mean. I just think it's funny to say illegally download, but yes, I like to just reproduce things that, like crafting projects, or I've also replicated sweaters from video games. So there's a particular sweater in Final Fantasy XIV called the Winter Knit sweater, and I have made that in real life. I copied I did studies of the cable patterns and then figured out how to do them in real fiber arts. Unfortunately, that sweater doesn't fit me anymore, so I'm gonna have to remake it smaller, maybe steek it, which is scary. Yeah. No, like, yeah. If you have the skill and knowledge to make the to understand what's going on in a pattern without buying it, you don't have to pay it to do the work on your own too. Like, you literally have to do the exact same work as that the designer did. The only reason to pay for a pattern is the convenience of having that work already done. Yeah, for those of you who aren't in the fiber arts know, steeking is when you take something that you have knitted yourself, you reinforce the sides, and then you take scissors to it and cut it down to be smaller. Yeah. Especially with all the new crochet influencers, and I am really glad though that fiber arts is having a bit of a revival since COVID. Like, a lot of people picked it up in 2020, and now there's so much more available. Yeah, no, like, I know people who were legitimately very worried that knitting and crochet would die out within the next 10 years or so. So it's very exciting to see the community actually growing. And now, like, there are lots of patterns available that don't feel stupid dated. Because, like, for a long time, even patterns that were coming out, like, currently, were still looked like they were 5 or 10 years out of date. Vogue knitting. Like, the things on knit picks are usually pretty cool and fresh. There's a lot more resources for accessibility as well too. Like there's textured plastic ergonomic knitting needles that I've seen one of my friends use that look so much easier for beginners to learn on. And there's so many more resources for making things ergonomic and like stretches and taking care of yourself. Because it is really easy to just hyperfixate and crochet or knit for 4 hours straight and then ruin your hands for the next week. Actually, I have nerve damage right here. I have basically an extra funny bone because I was mass producing socks and I knit the socks too tightly for too long and turned like this part of my finger to hamburger. Yeah. So like sometimes if I roll the knitting needle weird on my finger, I get like just a weird funny bone feeling. It's slowly going away though. And now I know, do not try and make 12 pairs of socks for one holiday season. Oh no. Aw, that's unfortunate. Nice. Always a silver lining. Oof. I hope that happens later rather than sooner. So do you have like MS? Aw, I'm really sorry to hear that. I hope you can keep crafting. Oh, nice. Yeah. I hope you can keep the functionality in your hands for as long as possible. Oh, yeah. At that point, though, sometimes it becomes like a strength challenge. Like, I made a big cat pillow out of the like really big Bernat yarn that's like this wide, and like it was like a workout to be able to do that. Yeah, they do get really heavy really fast too. Although sometimes I like working on heavy blankets while wearing them. Weighted blankets are nice. I'm still on a quest to make my platonic ideal of a blanket, which needs to be heavy and cool and breathable. And I need to not be able to stick my toes through it. Yeah. So my current closest thing that I've ever gotten to that is I am making a really cute, kind of complicated granny square pattern that's like it's got quilting motifs on it. So it's got like hunter stars. But it's also got fun granny square stuff, and it's made out of linen DK yarn. So hopefully it'll work. Oh, fine. Yeah, that's a really good idea. Just get a pre-made plushie and put weighted filling in it. You could probably do that with like a body pillow too. Also, the aquarium gravel thing, that's a good hack because a lot of places sell out of the Beanie Baby beans that a lot of people use for those. And it's hard to get them in enough quantity to make your own weighted blanket. I don't know how washable it would be though. You might want, like, I feel like the undyed kind would probably be fine. Yeah, have to mix it with something other than weighted things as well. Like half fiberfill, half weighted. Yeah. Well, I think I have just 2 more rows left until I'm done with this part. Yeah. Especially considering I've been working on this one piece for so long. Nice. Sounds like you're making progress too. Nice. Cool. Yeah, I loved being able to work remote because when things were slow, I could just watch Netflix and crochet. Oh, nice. Yeah. My last like 3 months at my job, I basically got paid to crochet and watch Netflix. One sec, checking Discord. Oh, cool. Yeah, we redid the basement in my house a couple years ago now with a focus on having it be usable for crafting and tabletop role-playing games. Yay! And video games. So it's a fun space, but I don't actually have very much storage in here. One of these days, I would love to have a separate office/crafting area from my bedroom and living room. Oh, nice. That's really cool. Yeah, I am looking forward to the next space I get to set up. Oh, nice. Yeah. I feel like a lot of people have their guest rooms and their crafting rooms too. So it's not like uncommon. Yeah, I feel like that's a pretty common combo for most people to have. We definitely had one of those in my house growing up. It was definitely a guest room, craft room, and office all in one. Oh, cool. That's a really nice setup. Very flexible. The sun's coming out from behind the clouds. Hopefully it doesn't create too big of a sun puddle on my desk so that you guys can still see. Oh, fun. We got some nice rain this morning. Good break from the 90+ degree weather that we've been having for a long time. Oh no. I don't actually know how hot that is in Fahrenheit. Oh no. I mean, as you can see, I'm extremely pale. I also live at high altitude, so I get burnt to a crisp if I'm outside for more than 30 minutes without sunscreen. Okay. That is really hot. And thankfully here it's at least not humid. So we can use a swamp cooler. Oh no, you can't even get a cross breeze. Dang. Yeah, fair. The ribbing here is curling quite a bit, but I don't hate it. I think that's fine for the mushroom shape. Yeah. I love the designs in Dungeon Meshi. They're very fun and curvy in weird ways. Yeah. Like I said, there's a lot of patterns out there that make the body of the mushroom shorter than it needs to be because they don't have the cap that does that. Oh, yeah. So my favorite character to play in D&D is my Horizon Walker Ranger, Anemone. Um, so her shtick is teleporting and teleporting her party members around like pretty close range, but her main evasion strat is just teleport 30 feet away. So I play an Eladrin, which is kind of like elemental elf. It's one of the newer races from 5e, and it's really fun. Because it's basically like a magical hive mind elf. So one of the racial abilities is that you can change your tool and weapon proficiencies every long rest. So it's super versatile and really fun. So it's great for ranger where you're trying to be versatile. I was able to rules lawyer a DM into letting me change my proficiency to a laser gun for certain for a pre-made campaign where they absolutely did not want you to be able to actually use the laser gun with proficiency. Yeah, it was very fun. And I am the meekest, most politest rules lawyer in all of existence, but I will rules lawyer sometimes. Oh, that's really cool. I should watch that. I've seen Critical Role, but I have never heard of Fool's Gold before. Yeah. I love Goblin Slayer, which is basically someone's 5e campaign. Like, there's literally a shot of Priestess filling out a 5e character sheet at the Adventurers Guild. I cosplay Priestess, by the way. And my brother cosplays Goblin Slayer. Oh, cool. Yeah, one of my most impressive cosplay props is my Priestess staff that my brother 3D printed for me. I love that thing. He also 3D printed basically a full suit of armor for himself. Oh, wow. That's a lot of feats. Yeah. I had a DM once that had a similar approach to things where, like, yeah, you can have busted ass character builds, but the enemies are going to be busted too. And that's fair. Oh, yeah. So very homebrew. Yeah. I've also been playing D&D at a bar weekly, and that's really fun because it's all one-shots, and they're kind of related. Oh, cool. That's a really fun character. Like, really, really non-standard. Oh, fun. Yeah. Oh, it's really. I love it when characters get like weird backstory things through like your roles. Like, one of my characters ended up being allergic to something because she failed a con save critically twice in a row on the same thing. Oh, that's really fun. So it's got some like Kirby powers. Yeah, we were fighting some like plant creatures from the Feywild, and they had these spores that you had to like make a con save against, and my character just could not make that save. So like, okay, so she's just allergic. Oh, fun. They won't know what they're getting into. Oh no. That's so tragic for a cleric. I promise I'm smart, but not today. Sounds like you need some dice exorcism soup. I was playing D&D with my friends in college one time at my apartment, and I had made my version of egg drop soup that has a bunch of extra stuff in it. And one of our friends' dice was being real mean, and so they were passing them to the GM to like see if he could get them to roll decently and like save their like because he's good at like just keeping track and being like, oh yeah, those are actually rolling random or not. And on the way over, they dropped him in the soup, and one of my friends, without missing a beat, was like, waiter, there's a die in my soup. And since then, the dice rolled great. They were perfectly well behaved. So it's dice exorcism soup. Oh, yeah. Hi, dice. Okay, on the last row now. Because the head of the mushroom is going to come back around underneath, so this doesn't need to be very wide. Oh, nice. Yeah, but I like collecting the shiny math rocks. That's part of D&D as a hobby, is building your collection of dice. I really like the transition on the corners. That turned out a lot neater than I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to have to fudge the numbers, and I didn't have to. Is that right? Yeah, okay. I think I'm gonna win at Yarn Chicken too. I was gonna try and do all the white parts on this mushroom with just this one ball. I might make it. depending on how long I make the legs. Oh no! That's very sad. At that point, I would just like rip back the last row and then just do it a little tighter and call it good. Oh, yeah, fair. Yeah, with sewing, it's much harder to just undo things. And if you're trying to make thread last longer than it should, you're going to end up with weird tension stuff. Really close to the end of the row now. And after I finish this piece, I'm going to be signing off. So get ready to raid somebody. I've got my lovely assistant Dice finding us someone to raid. Yeah! Almost as good as the hype train. Ooh, good luck. I hope your pants go well. my pretty little embroidery scissors here. I'm gonna leave a decent tail because I think I'll be sewing this on with red, but you never know. So I might as well leave enough to weave it in later. All right, and that is the body of the walking mushroom. I think the shape and proportions turned out exactly how I wanted. Thanks. Thank you guys for sticking around. It's really exciting to have my first raid. Let's find someone else to invade.
Which is the foo dog face, but I don't like colors and how.
Oh, nope. Finding my instructions on that again. Oh, it's a slash. There we go.